Hey everyone, welcome back to Devin's Dog Days. This is Devin and I am here showing off some awesome new products that I got from Artero to test out. This is new stuff that we're bringing over from Spain that they have been working on and I have been so excited to get my hands on. So the products that I'm going to be showcasing today and testing out for the first time are going to be the Artero EXO. It's the new dryer that you literally can put right around your neck and use. It can unclip and be handheld. It's super duper quiet, but like very strong, and then also has 3 heat controls. So it's 2-speed, 3 heat control, and then has a light so you can see exactly where the air is blowing. I also have the new Gotham, which is our new adjustable clipper. It is a 5-in-1 blade, goes all the way down to a 30 and all the way up to, I think, an 8. It's 2.5 millimeters. So you've got a couple different lengths there, which I actually really like because sometimes I don't want to take like ears or something like that to as short as a 10. So it's a nice little extra couple of lengths to have on there. So this is going to be another one that I'm test driving today. And then also the Artero Twist, which is our new electric nail file that is stronger than the last one. So we're going to see how strong it is and if it can hold up against normal nail trims on big nails, whereas our previous nail file could only really be used to smooth out nails that were already cut or like puppy and kitten nails. So we're going to see how tough this guy is. Anywho, let's go ahead and get started. Got it set to the 10, which is right in the middle, the 1.5. And then you got a 15 and the 30. To the 10. So because I am technologically challenged, I clipped his feet already. And I have to say, like, these clippers are super smooth. Like, smoother than any that I've used. And I love my Spectra, but these are like butter. Like, it's kind of crazy. He's not even clean, and I clipped this ear, and it already looks like amazing. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and set it. So I'm gonna go up to the 2.5 millimeter, which is like probably a 9 blade around. Those are like an older one. They're basically like kind of in between a 10 and a 7 on the shorter side. But check this out. Like, so he hasn't been bathed yet or anything, but like just goes through like butter. Like, doesn't get gummed up. And like I barely have to press. Like it's just gliding right through the hair. It's crazy. Wow. Flip it over. I'm going to do it on the 30 for the inside of the ear. Well, didn't have it set. That was actually only on the first setting. That wasn't even on second speed. That was only first speed, 4,500 RPM. And it was already clipping through like it was butter. Like, full transparency, I was like, okay, another trimmer, you know, we've got quite a few and everything, but I have to say, every time a new one comes out, it's better than the last. Like, this is awesome. One other new item that I got with my latest care package from Artero. This is the new Artero Twist, and I just tested it out, and I'm super psyched because it's strong enough to completely trim the nails. Before, we had a little cordless trimmer that was good to like smooth out nails that you'd already trimmed, or really great for puppies, or, you know, just not super heavy duty. But this can actually get through the whole nail. It's strong enough. It has a gauge down here that lets you know the battery power left. It lets you know how many minutes are left on it. So this is a really awesome tool. And again, they are all switching over to the USB-C cord, so this also can be charged on the same cord as the Artero Gotham. So I am enjoying these colors a lot, and I am loving these new products. These are amazing. So anyways, back to my work. There we go. Perfect. so getting ready to use this guy for the first time for fluff drying, and I have to say I already tested the power on it, and it's crazy, so check it out. That's 1 speed, and that's 2. And it gets warm. So it's got 3 settings: cool, medium, and high. And it gets pretty warm. So for anybody out there who likes to use heat to help really dry through that coat or needs it for their coats, this thing is gonna be awesome. And it's so quiet. Very excited. Let's get started. I think like the biggest thing I'm gonna have to take getting used to it is like how it fits on my neck. So I'm definitely going to try and play around with that. But there we go. That's pretty good. Okay. Let's give this a shot. Alrighty, so after getting to play around with these new toys for about a week, here is my feedback. So starting with the Exo Dryer, because that is our most popular new tool. So I am really loving how this thing works. It's perfectly balanced when you put it around your neck. So this area goes right around your neck. And then I learned you want to make sure that the side with the dryer, this arm that rotates, you want to make sure that it is set in the downward position to your shoulder. So that way it can literally lean there and it doesn't move at all. And the other thing that I love is how easy it is to take this on and off. I'm able to take this off and use it as a hand dryer or just to finish them off. It's got great force to it, so it can really work its way through anything and really get that warm air through it. I do think that because it has such speed behind it, sometimes you do have to hold it a little bit closer to the coat because as you're farther back, the air cools as it's being pushed out. So that is one thing that I did notice. And when you are wearing it, my biggest tip, wrap the cord around your other shoulder and hold it like this. This sets it up for perfect balance. This makes it so that the cord is not kind of like pulling downward on the back of the dryer, and you literally can work like you don't even know that this is on you. It's really impressive. I love it. My bather has already tested it out and absolutely loves it. One thing where I do find myself still reaching for my snake dryer is the lower speed setting. On this one, it does have 2 speed settings, but the lower one really kind of sounds and feels about the same, especially for the dog. I do like that the snake dryer has an actual variable difference between the first and second speed. I like to use the first speed setting on the snake dryer to dry faces and things like that. So I do find that dogs tend to prefer that over this guy, but outside of that, this dryer is everything. Alrighty, and then on to our next new electronic. So this is the new Artero trimmer. This is the Gotham. Artero is collecting quite a few trimmers, and I have to say I love my Spectra. It is my go-to every day. I love to use it on every single dog that I groom, and I also love to use my reactor with the attachment combs on it, the Artero Metaplex attachment combs. So I was kind of like, where am I going to fit this guy in? I have to say this clipper is honestly incredible. There's 5 length settings on it, the shortest being a 30, and then it has your 10 and your 15, which are mostly the ones that I use. It also has only 1 button, so you press this button once and it turns on, you press it the second time and you're going to get your second speed. I do like that it has only the 1 single button. It's very easy. I don't find myself hitting it. I do sometimes hit the speed adjustment button on the reactor sometimes, and like it's a little annoying, but it's not the end of the world. But I do really enjoy this. Also, the power on this and the blade that it comes with. So this blade is completely different from the Spectra 4-in-1 blade. And this cuts so smooth through even the thickest hair and leaves a really good finish. I actually use this to do some pre-clipping on some of my hand strip dogs where their coats are kind of dense. So I use my adjustable blades or sometimes the 7 for their flat work areas or things like that, or their ears. And I use this on a dog's ears where they have very dense hair and it clipped like butter. I mean, like I didn't even have to go back over it after the bath except to just maybe get like a piece of hair that stuck back up out. So I was actually like incredibly impressed with this. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I do love the color. It reminds me of spearmint. And it's just a really great clipper to have. It's great for your prep work. You go to, like I said, it goes down to a 30. I think that this would be incredible for our poodle people with a lot of area to clipper on. We get a really nice finish on your clipper work on the body, especially for your continental trims or things like that. So I definitely think this clipper is incredibly impressive for your prep work, for large areas where you have to clip very tight. I think this is going to be a very popular new clipper for Artero. And then the last thing, which was a fun one to try and I was really excited to find, is the new Artero Twist. This is basically a Dremel. We call it an electric nail file. And I was really impressed. I got to try it out. So the really cool thing is when it's on, you actually have a notification at the bottom of it that lets you know how much runtime you have left. And that is super handy because I can't tell you how many times I've been using my nail Dremel and it just dies on me in the middle of it because I don't realize that it is literally on its last leg of energy. So I really love that about this. And also it is actually strong enough to get through nails. So you don't even have to pre-clip. It is super quiet. As you heard, it was on. You can't hear a thing. Here's my microphone. You can't hear it at all. So it's really great still for puppies and cats and things like that. If you want to be able to Dremel their nails, it's going to help keep them really calm. The only thing that I could see possibly being a con with this is that it comes with the one head, but it is a diamond tip Dremel, so it will last a very long time. Sometimes I actually like my Dremel tips a little bit more coarse because they are able to Dremel back longer nails faster, but this still works great. I'm using it every day in the salon. The nice thing too is that both of these use a USB-C charger. So literally you can either charge one or the other if you have limited outlets. You can also charge your phone if you need to. So that was kind of a nice perk. And I know that we are converting in Spain to a lot of our new electronics working on those types of chargers. So that's super exciting because it's just, instead of having to have a billion different chargers, you actually have one thing that works for all of your equipment. So especially if you're like me and you have to travel for dog shows or grooming competitions or clients, being able to travel with less chargers, less anything is amazing. So that is my review on the new Artero electronics. We've got the Artero Exo Dryer. This thing is amazing. It is worth its weight in gold. I am absolutely in love with it. We have the Artero Gotham, the new clipper that is incredible. Clean clipper work, nice and tight. Amazing, can get through really dense hair. And then we also have the new Artero Twist, which is the nail file, and it works spectacularly on getting nails nice and short and can actually get through decently long or thick nails. So I highly recommend all three of these products. I was really pleasantly impressed. Kind of went into them a little blind. At one point in the video, you'll probably see me using this upside down for a second. And I was like, that doesn't seem very functional, and then I figured it out and it was completely user error. So it is new and it will humble you quickly if you realize the same way that I did that I was using it upside down. But once you actually use it correctly, it is fantastic. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Make sure that you follow us on all of our socials. And if you would like to see different ways to support our channel, be sure to check out our link tree. We have special discounts for Artero.com. We've also got an awesome subscription link for Groomhouse.com, which is amazing educational materials. They're actually opening up a grooming school down in Pompano Beach, Florida, just outside of basically Fort Lauderdale. And I'm so excited for that. Pompano Beach is actually my hometown, so super excited that they chose to be there. It's a gorgeous area and I love it. And of course, visit devinsdogdays.com. We are starting to sell a lot of different products from Artero as well. So any of these ways are fantastic ways to help support our channel and help us to continue providing free educational content as well as reviewing new products, tools, and equipment and anything else I can get my hands on. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.